This episode is brought to you by the Thrive Tribe. Check it out at chasingbrighter.com/Thrive Tribe. Hi, we're going to be talking today about creativity for the soul. We want to talk about how arts, crafts, and hobbies can help boost our mood and confidence. Whether you love DIY, you love crafting or baking, this is an episode where we invite you to play because, like we said, creativity is for the soul. Yes. If you're driving, tune in, make this your moment. If you are listening while you're around the house doing errands, sit back, relax, and we are going to tell you and share with you how creativity can be your new wellness superpower. Here's why. There is science behind being creative and how it helps you feel so good. So when you're doing something creative, painting, sewing, scrapbooking, baking, all those things put you into a flow state. I have been talking with Wes about flow state because he gets so nervous also with baseball. But like when you're in that flow state, it is an absolutely magical zone where time melts away and you're totally immersed in what you're doing. And it is such a great way for stress relief. Yeah, the flow state, during a flow state, our brains release dopamine, and that is the feel good reward chemical. And as we experience less stress, lower anxiety, and often more confidence, it makes that time almost like a mini vacation. I encourage my clients, we talk about this boosting our mood and then also building confidence. I'll encourage my clients to get creative because you make something and you feel good when you make something. I did a few reels about how I'm back to baking, and it feels so good to follow a recipe and have it work out because I have to do gluten-free baking, and also if my family loves it because they shy away from my gluten-free stuff, but when they eat it, then that feels good too. When you complete a puzzle, when you put work into doing something and after completing it, that feels good and that builds your sense of self as well. Yeah, yeah. There's something else that's powerful with it too. And creative hobbies are one of the few things that we can do that is just for us. There's no pressure like at work for productivity, no pressure from family to get things done. There's no goal. There's no one to impress. It is just you and joy, you and just expression, just being in the moment. So, if you're feeling anxious, burnout, or really disconnected from yourself, and really think about that, creativity might be the missing piece right now. Yeah. I'm going to share a couple stories about the women in our lives who are inspiring us with their creativity. Our mother always baked a lot when we were growing up, and every time there was a holiday, she would make little designs of if it was May, we'd have little flower cookies. If it was St. Patrick's Day, we'd get clovers. So she always did that. And
I
so,
just got a picture, Jess, of the Easter bunny cookies. Did you get that?
she's shipping you.
Oh,
I
they're
don't think so.
peeps.
It came
The
today.
Easter bunnies turned into peeps.
Oh, cute. Toward the end of our mother's career, or before she retired, she really leaned into quilting. She decided to make a quilt for all of her grandkids. And it's amazing. You can see my daughter Gabby's the oldest grandchild. She got a queen size quilt, and that was like a lot. And so then she made all the rest of the grandkids more of a full size, twin size quilt. And it's incredible. It's incredible. She made Giovanni, the last grandkid, this amazing Minecraft quilt with matching pillow. And I even saw Wes brought his quilt to spring break.
Yeah, he
And
loves his quilt.
yeah, yeah. And now people are asking her to make quilts. She made a t-shirt quilt for a colleague that was retired. And she changed the guest bedroom into her she shed. She has another new machine, and she is really enjoying quilting.
Yeah, I have 2 examples. So one is I have a friend, Melinda, who is really into gardening, and it's just around the corner now, right? Whether it's planting flowers, that she's posting beautiful pictures of the flowers that are blooming in her garden, and also she does herbs. It's like even things in her house that she's growing because it's cold in Chicago, and then once it is spring and she's outside, she's posting pictures, which I so for me, I like being inspired by people and watching some of them on social media. The other person who I absolutely love following that I feel like I get inspired by, who's doing a lot of creativity, is friend of a friend, Courtney, who does boards by Courtney, and she does charcuterie boards, which are really
Mm.
awesome. They're very creative. They're floral. There's all kinds of different fruits and nuts and things, and it's different than your run of the mill, grab some salami and some cheddar cheese charcuterie boards.
Yeah, I think just reminding ourselves that also creativity doesn't have to be Instagram perfect. It's just that it's
Yes.
something that excites you and brings you joy.
Yeah. And the other part is not only do we not need to chase being a social media influencer, we also need to not idealize how much time, like you're probably listening to this, and you're like, oh, I don't have time to do any of that. I feel you. I know we are busy these days. We're in the thick of spring sports, but we want to encourage you. Creativity does not have to be time consuming. It does not have to be complicated. So, here are a few steps that Jess and I have where you can make space for yourself and make space for
Yeah.
creativity.
Yeah. I think just start small. So just set a 15-minute timer and sketch, write or color. That's it. No pressure. We, in season 2, for a book club, we read Amy Oestreicher's book, Creativity and Gratitude.
Yeah.
And that really changed even the way that I view creativity. And she recommended always carrying a sketchbook with you. And so now I always have a sketchbook, even a tiny one in my purse. So just even taking a little bit of time to doodle and just start carving out some time.
Yes. And to that point, Jess, the other tip is really keeping your supplies visible. So you're not going and you're not hunting for stuff and you're not thinking about that. This is like a no fuss, easy access. So you can channel your creativity in these tiny nooks and crannies and moments of your day. So if you see paint pens or yarn or stickers, you're more likely to use them. One of the things that I was doing for a while, as I have, and my girlfriend Dina, I got her to get one, which is I like to puzzle, and you can get these giant, like, puzzle board things. So, like, setting out a puzzle is, like, in the way of everything in a lot of ways, and not all of us have a puzzle room.
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can buy these boards, and then you can move your puzzle around. So, like, for me, that is really been awesome because when I am puzzling, it's, like, out there and I can spend my 15 minutes.
Yeah. And for baking, having the supplies. So I have to research and found some not so great gluten-free flour. So it's important that I always have a good gluten-free flour. So when the mood strikes, I'm able to bake. Also, I think making some space and creating a small little craft corner for yourself. It can even be a tiny tray with your craft stuff. Or if it's a little corner, or I know we've talked before, Kelly, about a basket, right? Having a basket with the candle. You can even create a playlist, just having a little space for yourself of just supplies that you need to engage in a craft.
Yeah, and it's so easy to think of ideas and to get this going, and so it's really just making that time and that space. The other thing too is if you want, you can make it social. Invite a couple girlfriends over, host a craft night, or even join a class. In Chicago, there are a ton of, like, craft and creative spaces that have classes. They have drop-in classes. Grab a friend, do that. And one of the things that, as if you listen to Chasing Brighter, Jess and I believe wholeheartedly in connection and community and how that really makes everything better. And so if you can make this social, it makes it even better.
Yeah, I have a craft club I start with my girlfriends. I don't know if we've met in 2025 because things got a little crazy with scheduling. But also a long time ago, when I had a different set of neighbors, they were really into Stampin' Up, which is a craft group, and we would meet and make cards and different crafts on a monthly basis. And that was a lot of fun too. So if you can make it social, I think that adds another layer of fun. And just a reminder to let go of perfection. The goal is not to be good at it because there is no good or bad, right? The goal is to get into that flow state and just enjoy yourself.
Here is your gentle nudge from your friends, Kelly and Jessica. We want you to give yourself permission, make something, whether it's doodling or baking, grabbing a different project, making friendship bracelets.
It doesn't matter. Creativity is a way to get home for yourself. So, how do you continue to take care of yourself? This is like a great self care. Get in that flow state, use creativity, and spend time with yourself.
Yeah, we hope that you feel inspired to create something just for you. You can try a new hobby or do an old hobby, like
Yeah.
talking about friendship bracelets from the 90s, right? We would love to hear and see what you're up to. So send us a message at Chasing Brighter.
Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe so you can hear our latest episodes as soon as they drop.
If you loved today's episode, share with a friend. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at Chasing Brighter, or check out our blog at chasingbrighter.com and follow us. If you want to know more about Kelly and I, read our blogs, find more tips, tools, and resources, check that out at chasingbrighter.com. Thanks. Remember, your best life is just a listen away.